Club football is back. We haven't played for 14 days. We won't be playing until the 16th day. And our next opponent is going to be Fulham. So this will be the match preview and my lineup for that game. Obviously, the league now, we have 9 games remaining, 27 points to fight for. I still want to win those games, especially because the whole season I've been asking for at least 3-4 wins in a row, and the most we've managed this season is 3 wins so far. And the most we've managed in the season, 3 wins in a row. So far, we have 1. We recently just beat Chelsea. Can we make this the second win and make Everton the third win? That would be great. Let's definitely secure that top 4 before we even play Real Madrid, and then all our focus can be on that game. Now, before we get into that preview, today we've announced Andrea, Berta, our new sporting director. So that is exciting. That makes the transfer window coming up more exciting. So you have a new director, maybe new plans, new ideas, new players you can be linked to. We've always been linked to the same players over the last 2-3 years, and you'd expect it, obviously, if you have the same director, the same manager, if they're linked to this particular player, it's probably going to be the ones that they're linked to every single season. But now with the new director, maybe he has new connections, new ideas and all that, and that makes it very exciting. So Arsenal have finally announced him, so that is something to look forward to the transfer window. But before then, that is still 2 months away. We're still maybe even 3 months away. Wow. April, May, because the transfer window is opening for like a week in June and then opening after that later for the second time. Complicated, but yeah, we are around 2.5 months before the transfer window gets started. But for now, we need to focus on the Premier League game and games and the Champions League games. Now, Fulham is our next opponent. Apart from Aston Villa, Fulham are the other ones, guys. Fulham are the other ones that have spoiled the league for us the last 2 seasons. Last season, if we had beaten Fulham in just 1 game, we would have won the league. So last season, they beat us at their place, and we drew at home at the Emirates Stadium. And this season so far, their place, we also drew. So we've actually gone 3 games without beating Fulham in Premier League games, which is not great at all. And all those 3 games, especially the ones at Craven Cottage, have been horrible to watch, terrible to watch. But the good news is that Fulham usually win, lose, win, lose, win, lose. So the last Premier League game they actually won. So maybe this means it's a loss for them. And also, our record against Fulham at home, we have never lost to Fulham in Premier League history at home. And in fact, we have never lost to Fulham at home at all since we first played them like in 1904, something like that. We've never lost to them at home. Let's make sure this is not the first time. Let's keep it at that. Let's make sure this is not the first time. They always give us a hard time. They obviously have a lot of our former players. Now we're going to be up against Smith Rowe. Iwobi again. We're going to be up against Willian, who they've just resigned recently. Obviously, Leno is there. Nelson is injured, but you're going to be up against like at least four of our former players in this particular match. So maybe those players want to prove a point, players like Smith Rowe. So it's going to be another tough time. His first time coming back to the Emirates Stadium as an opponent. So not going to be easy, but now we need to build momentum. We cannot go into that Real Madrid game, let's say, having drawn with both Fulham and Everton. Now we have to, the momentum has to be there now. We have to, if you win every single Premier League game, you get to 85 points. So, it won't matter because Liverpool will probably get 89 or 90 or something, but momentum. It's very important for momentum. You want to go into that game, winning games. And the Chelsea game wasn't great, but we got the result. Can really see a performance in this one. Saka is back, but don't want him to play in this one. We still have, other players who can feature. Marina has been scoring. Can we get a performance from players like Martinelli, from players like Trossard? During the international break, especially the midfielders are really good. Odegaard, Rice, and Partey, they're good for their countries. But Trossard was the only one who wasn't really out to par for Belgium. So we need a performance from him as well. Nwaneri, Lewis Kelly, all of them shine during the international break. Let's hope for more of the same. So Fulham just played over the weekend against Crystal Palace. They lost at home in the FA Cup quarterfinals. So they haven't rested as much as us. We have rested for an extra 3 days by the time we play this fixture. So is that good for us or them? Are they already, fit and ready because they played a game with the ones who are supposed to be well rested and ready to go again? I'm hoping it's the latter. I'm hoping we can keep that record going of never losing to them because this has to be a win. Just keep on winning. Make sure you get as far away from third and fourth as possible. By the time we play Real Madrid in the second leg, let's make sure like Nottingham Forest are like 7-8 points behind us and we're as comfortable as possible. And we can maybe at that time now maybe start affording resting players like Rice and maybe Gabriel for a couple of games as we focus on the Champions League, depending on how the league stands at that point. It depends. I'm sure if maybe Liverpool drop more points, we are not going to rest players, but everyone has already said Liverpool has won the league, so we know our focus is the Champions League. So if you had to ask me 2 weeks from now, do I prefer Declan Rice to start against Ipswich or start against Real Madrid away from home? I'll choose the Real Madrid one. So Fulham still have a chance to finish in the Europa League spots or the Conference League spots. I think they're 8th right now, but they're not that far away from teams like Newcastle and 6th and 7th. So if they win their remaining games, at least half of their remaining games, they have a very good chance of finishing in the Europa League spots or the Conference League spots. So they definitely have something to play for. And now, since they've lost the FA Cup game, this is the only thing they have. So they're going to be going full throttle for it. And they do have good strikers. Not like us. They have players like Jimenez and Muniz who know where the goal is and they've scored goals this season. Of course, as you said, players like Smith-Rowe, so we have to be cautious and wary of them for sure. But let's get a second win in a row and then hopefully can beat Everton. Those 2 teams are playing this season, this week, are the teams that have messed us up the last 2 seasons. It still bothers me. I know the Aston Villa game, was the one last season, but had we beaten Fulham in one of the games, if you had gone to their place and beaten them, or even beaten them at our place and by a couple of goals, we would have been winning the league. But we dropped points against them, and let's hope it's not the same again. Let's hope it's not the same again. Earlier this season, we should have won. We scored a last-minute goal, but Martinelli was offside. Saka had scored. Will Saka make an appearance this season? I think he will maybe come on for last 20 minutes, but we still have players there to play. Noneri, Martinelli, Trossard is there, Merino is there. No need to risk Saka in this game. I'm sure he will get maybe 10 minutes, but no need to risk him at all. There's games coming up. That's why you need to be using Saka. The Champions League games and the tougher games in the Premier League. If maybe Newcastle at home or something like that, those are the games you need Saka to be playing. So that is the preview. What kind of lineup am I going to go for this game against Fulham? So this is what I have. So I have gone with Ben White at right back. Timber missed both games for Netherlands during the international break because he was ill. He has been training, but I don't want to force it. I don't want to force players. I don't want to force players who have missed games recently and not 100%. Ben White is ready to go. Play. Let's have both of them fit and ready to face Real Madrid when that time comes, because you never know. If we beat Real Madrid at home and go away from home, we'll need all of those defenders depending on our tactics in that game. But I've gone for Ben White at right back, and then I've gone for Gabriel and Saliba at centre back, obviously, and then Lewis Kelly at left back. So Lewis Kelly now definitely has that position for his own. For the fact that Calafre is also injured at the moment. Tierney is in Zinchenko options, but Lewis Kelly has been so incredible, so I cannot wait for him to run out at the Emirates Stadium once again after his very, very promising debut and second game for England. So that is the defense I have. Midfield, nothing changes. Midfield, I am going to stick with the same midfield. That is obviously Rice, Partey, and Odegaard in midfield. Nothing else changes there. As I said, all 3 of them were incredible during the international break. I've said international break so many times, but yes, that is what we've just had recently. So Partey scored twice for Ghana. Odegaard assisted once in the first game and then 3 times the second game for Norway. Rice assisted in both games for England. So let's hope for more of the same from all 3 of them. And then up front, I have gone for Martinelli, Nwaneri, and Merino. So I've not gone for Saka up front. Nope. I've not gone for who else? Trossard, because he hasn't been on form, and Martinelli is well rested. He didn't play for Brazil, obviously. Nwaneri played for the England under 21, yeah, and he scored a very good goal. Merino also came on and scored for Spain. So keep the momentum going. Those players who had a good international break, have them play again. Let's see how they do during this game after that break. So that is my lineup. So Martinelli, Merino, and Nwaneri up front, Rice, Partey, and Odegaard in midfield, and then Lewis Kelly, Gabriel, Saliba, Ben White, Raya in goal. So that is what I've gone for. That should be able to do the job. That should be able to get the job done. Hopefully it does, because it never usually does against Fulham. Usually have a difficult time against Fulham. But my prediction for this game, Tough one. I am going to go for... I think we're going to win. We have such a good record against them at home. So I am going to go for Arsenal 2, Fulham 0. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win against them. We just need to win. Just win the game, go into the Everton game, try and win it, and then go to the Real Madrid game high on confidence. That is what we need to do. So my prediction is 2-0 to Arsenal. Let me know your prediction. Let me know just that Timber ahead of Ben White and any other changes you'd make. Trossard maybe starting for you. Let me know. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch up with you guys on the next one.